guys, welcome back to my channel. That's so weird. Today I'm going to go ahead and do a quick kind of review on the KathleenXColourpop Zodiac collection. I was actually really excited for this because I'm not like really into astrology, but I kind of am. I'm definitely into horoscopes and like how the signs kind of clash, how they, are compatible. If anybody is curious, I'm a Virgo and my husband's a Capricorn. Not that that matters, but we're like super compatible, and I believe that. It's been 12 years, so that's going in a whole nother direction. But anyways, if you guys want to see the Zodiac collection, my take on it, I actually used the palette and collection to create this kind of look for you guys today. Please excuse the background. I mean, I use my vanity like every day, so it's a mess. The hair is a mess because I intended on not doing anything today, but then I decided why not. So anyways, yeah guys, if you want to see my review, my tutorial on this look, just keep watching the video, guys. Thanks. Alright guys, as you can tell, I've already done my base. I don't want to bore you with all that because I know you guys are here for the collection. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Okay, so the first thing obviously everybody's familiar with is the palette, the Zodiac palette. It is 12 colors. Total weight, I'm blind. There's not good lighting in here. Total weight on the product is 1 gram, so yes, 12 by 1 gram. It says it equals 0.04 ounces. There are 12 colors in the palette, like I mentioned. And in this palette, they all have a name, Aries, Taurus. However, Kathleen decided to go with the Aries, the Taurus, the Virgo, such and such, because she said she already had the lip colors out, so she didn't want to like duplicate the names. Inside the palette, you actually get a really nice mirror. It's really big. And then you have your 12 colors. When I first saw this, I was like, these colors don't really mesh well together, but there are a lot of neutrals, and then you have your couple color of pops in the palette, so I think it actually works out really well. The palette itself is $18, and yeah, we'll go ahead and work with that today. Next couple of items I was kind of super excited about because Kathleen, my favorite one, and I'll tell you, she came out with 2 of the colors for the Supernova shadows, which essentially, if you guys have ever used like the Stilo ones, it's kind of like the glitter / color base. These retail for $7, I believe, and there are 2 colors. And this is the one that I was super excited about because it's like a very rose gold foiled one. This is in the shade Constellation, and I'll swatch that. And I'll swatch the eyeshadow palette for you guys too, but that's a lot. So this is, it's kind of got your doe foot applicator, and let's see if you guys can see that. One little swipe. Very pigmented, not really glittery, but more of a, you can definitely see some of the fine glitter in there, but it's definitely more of like a chrome look for your eyes, and these dry down pretty nice. They don't transfer. The next one is in the shade Astrology, and this is more of a yellow gold. This reminds me of that color I think she did called Telepathy or something like that, one of the Super Shock shadows. These are very, very pretty. I'm actually excited. I like rose gold, but I think I'm going to try to do something with this today just because it's kind of out of my comfort normal zone. And it matches my shirt. Alright, so the next couple of things are 2 highlighters that she came out with. One is called Fire, which is the deeperish kind of one, and the other one is On the Cusp, which is more my skin tone for like light medium. And then the Fire one is more of a medium light. Let me get it out of there so you guys can see it. I have swatched these already. These are very pretty. And that's just that. So that is On the Cusp. And this is their standard, like if you've ever used the ColourPop eyeshadows or highlighters, this is the same formula that all their other ones are in. This is the shade Fire. And this is more of like a rose gold, maybe? Rose gold orangey color. Still very nice. Clean finger. And it's very pretty. I love this color. I just wish it wasn't. I wish I was, I don't know, tanner maybe, so I could wear it. It's very pretty. And then the last couple of things in the collection, and I'm sorry, the highlighters are for $8. The last things in the collection are the two, not liquid lipsticks, regular Luxe lipsticks that she did. I'm actually kind of glad she ventured away from the liquid lips. Not saying that they're not great, but sometimes you just want something new. And this is one of their newer, like, formula release type of things. And it comes in their, like, standard packaging, the ColourPop packaging, the gold with the little stars on it. And that's kind of normal for them. This is in the shade Scorpio Moon, which is, like, their darker nude color. Still very, very pretty. Roll it up. It's got the stars imprinted in it, just like all their other ones do. And this is actually, this packaging feels great. It doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't, it's like a heavy package. So let me go ahead and swatch that one. And that is Scorpio Moon. And I don't think these are matte. These are more of like a satin kind of finish on those. And then the next one is What's Your Sign? I'm a Virgo, by the way. It's Virgo season. Today is actually my birthday, the day that I'm filming this, September 2nd, if anybody's curious. So this is the lighter one. It's a very, like, beigey, peachy kind of nude. And I love these colors. It's like the perfect nude to me. That is so pretty. Both of these are. So yeah. That's the collection. I'm going to go ahead and insert the eyeshadow swatches, and then I'm going to go ahead and kind of get started on the tutorial for you guys, or mini tutorial, look, whatever I'm going to do with it today. Okay, so as you can see from the swatches before the look, the only color that I really kind of had a problem with is the Aquarius. That one really has to be built up, and I think even Kathleen may have mentioned it in her video about that color, how it does, you know, Fix Plus, of course, how it needs to be built up. So if you don't like shadows like that, or you don't like working with shadows like that, then that's not going to be your color. But everything else in the palette, to me, swatched great. They all feel great. The eyeshadows in the palette, I guess, like I said, are 1 gram. So it's, I feel like they're a tad bit smaller than your average eyeshadow, but for $18 in this palette, for 12 of them, it's a great buy. So let's go ahead and get started with the tutorial. Alright, so today I think I'm going to go ahead and try to stick to a lot of these warm colors here. It's nothing exciting. It's just me trying out the palette for the first time. So I think I've already gone ahead and primed my eyes with Benefit Lemonade, and then I just went ahead and set it, and I actually used one of the colors, I think, in the Dream Street palette to set it. So nothing outrageous, just like a natural skin tone color, just to avoid creasing. But I think I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Taurus as a crease shade to start off with. Blend out very nicely. Then I think I'm going to go ahead and with the darker shade, the Sagittarius, also in the crease, just to add a little bit more definition. Take my little e.l.f. Blending eyeshadow brush, and I think I'm gonna go in with let's go in with the no, it's got glitter in it. So the black isn't matte, it has a glitter finish, which is very pretty, but I want a matte, so I think I'm just gonna go in with the Virgo, which as a Virgo I'm kind of disappointed in it being a poopy brown color, but anyways, it's pretty. more earth tone, earth sign, so I guess I'll live with it. So I'm going to take this brown and then just kind of put it in the outer edge of my eye. I'm going to stamp it on and then start to kind of blend it in. That's a little better. You guys can see a little bit better. Sorry. Or different brush. This is a kind of flat yet fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna take back into the Sagittarius color and just kind of just on the edge of the brush like this, just kind of gonna like pat it into the crease a little bit more just to darken up that burgundy color. Not exactly a cut crease, but similar-ish, I guess, if I was gonna do a cut crease. So far. Okay, and because I'm going to use, I will use some of those colors, but I'm going to go ahead, because I want to use this on my eyes, I'm going to go in with the Gemini shade just as a base, like towards the front of the eyelid, and I'm just going to use my finger and dip into it and pat it on there. The Gemini color is like your very typical, like just gold. Go ahead and go on with the Supernova, and I'm just going to pat this towards the front of the eye, like where the gold eyeshadow is. This is actually very nice, very pigmented gold. Shows up very pretty. I just want that little extra oomph of glitter. One dip, like I didn't have to swipe back in or anything like that, dip back into this. This is just one dip, and it did both eyes very nicely. Very chrome, very pigmented. Then I think I'm going to take the Aries shade, that orange color, and just kind of go through the crease a little bit and blend everything, because once I put that Supernova on there, just the edges need to be cleaned up, and I'm just going to do it with a little bit of the orange. Not much, just to blend it out. You probably, yeah, you can't even see the orange. Just okay. Just blends the edges out. And then I'm going to do like a transition between the yellow and the black, or the brown that I put down with the Leo color, because this is kind of like a dual chromy, orangey, pink, I don't know, it's very pretty. And I'm just going to do that kind of towards the edge where the two colors meet. You don't need to if you don't want to, but that's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to work with the palette and use a bunch of the colors in it. Alright guys, so that was the eye look. I'm going to go ahead and pop on some liner and some mascara, and then we will go ahead and do highlighter and lips. Alright guys, so I went ahead and finished off my eyes. I did my typical winged eyeliner, my e.l.f. $2 liner, and I used the Lancome Monsieur Big, if anybody's curious about the mascara. And then just to finish up underneath, I took the, what shade? The Sagittarius, I believe, yes. The Sagittarius shade, and just ran it under my lash line. So, this is the finished eye look, with all the colors and the liner. next, and I'm going to go in with the shade on the cusp, because like I said, this is more towards my skin tone. I have used this and I did it with my finger once before, but I think I want to try it with a brush. I'm going to go in with this crown brush. I have no clue what this is called, but it's kind of like a thick stippling brush. And with these types of shadows and highlighters, just in the past, I've always had to use like a more type of stippling brush. So I'm just going to go ahead and dip in there like that, and then let's see. Use my finger just to add a little bit towards like the top of my cheekbones. Same shade and highlight under my brow bone in my inner corner. I'm just going to use my finger to do that. And I think because I want a little darker on the eyes, I think I'm going to use the darker lipstick, Scorpio Moon. It's still a nude, but it's a little bit of a darker nude. Let's see. I'm just going to use the mirror out of the palette. And you can see one swipe, these are insanely pigmented. These are such nice lipsticks for the price. And when I don't have a lip liner to match my lipstick, I'm sure I do, but I forgot to grab one. I like to just take one of these little tiny, thin, like flat, I don't know, eyeshadow, lip brushes, whatever you want to call it. And I just take it, the lip color, the lipstick, and just kind of brush it onto the brush and then just line my lips that way. Guys, so I zoomed you in for a little bit for the final look. This is the look that I came up with using the Kathleen Lights palette. Well, I should say collection. Nothing super dramatic. I mean, maybe it is because you don't want to do winged eyeliner every day, but that's me. So yeah, guys, this is the final look. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you maybe followed around with the tutorial. Who knows? Maybe you didn't like those colors. But anyway, that's what I came up with. Yeah, so again, the Zodiac collection is, if you buy the entire collection, it is $59. If you buy everything separately, it is $62, I believe is what I came up with. So the eyeshadow palette is $18. It's got a really big, nice mirror in it, and this palette is a little bit heavier than a lot of the other ColourPop palettes. These Super Luxe lipsticks retail for $7 and great packaging, great formula. I definitely recommend these. The palette I would recommend to you, the only problem, like I said, I had a problem with was the Aquarius color here, but Kathleen did mention that in her video that it's definitely a color you have to build up, and it's definitely a color you might want to use Fix Plus on. But other than that, all the other shades swatched great, they worked great. They work very well for me, and I really like this palette. And at $18 for basically drugstore prices, you can't beat a whole palette. The Supernova shadow sticky things retail for $7. These are dupes for the Stila Glitter and Glow, and I have one kind of in comparison. If you, especially, well, let's look at this one. They're kind of the same formula, metallic, glittery, whatever, but these are a dupe for the $7 compared to like $22 I think for those. Highly recommend these. And then the last things in the collection are the highlighters, and these are $8, your standard ColourPop formula, like the creamy, it's the highlight obviously I'm wearing, the creamy kind of powdery weird ColourPop formula, which these are beautiful though. Fire again is on the deeper side, and on the cusp is more of the pale, which is me, fair to medium skin tone. And yeah, that's it guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give this a like, thumbs up, whatever you want to do, hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.